Hey everyone, welcome back to Garnock Reviews, where today we're checking out a 1973 Huckins Offshore 58. At the time of shooting this video, she was lying in Jacksonville, Florida, undercover storage, and she was up for sale for $105,000. She measures in at approximately 58.5 feet in length, she's got a maximum draft of 4 feet, and she's got a beam of approximately 15 feet. This one's been tastefully upgraded over the years, including bow and stern thrusters, and upgraded modern electronics. But one of the advantages of being for sale through Huckins is that any repairs, maintenance, upgrades or modernisation that you want to carry out on this boat, who better to help you with the project than Huckins themselves. She's got a timeless classic design, which is ideal for offshore fishing with that spacious aft cockpit, but she's got plenty of accommodation on board for extensive cruising and even liveaboard use. This one's got 220 gallon freshwater tank capacity. She's got 55 gallon holding tank and she's got 500 gallons of fuel. And despite her size and weight, this one's got a cruising speed of around 20 knots. As I make my way to the bow, I like how wide the decks are. It's easy for your friends and family to make their way to the bow or stern. I love all the handholds that's in place, and obviously you can see that varnished tow rail and guardrail on the outside as well. On the bow we do have an electric windlass, and notice this one's got the windstrom on top, so you'll notice the benefit of that if you're ever going through lock gates. We've got very comfortable and relaxing sun loungers. You see here we've got cushions in front of the coach roof as well, and underneath those cushions there's additional storage too. And as I walk around the yacht, and even just stepping on board, I love the fact that the yacht doesn't move. This one's got a dry weight of approximately 60,000 pounds. It's one of the last cold moulded vessels that was made by Huckins. So you've got that wooden hull, but you've got the fiberglass over the top of it for that low maintenance, but it's got the extra strength to give us some amazing seakeeping capabilities. The centre window at the helm, that opens for additional fresh air, but you've also got the side access to both port and starboard, which will make it real easy when it comes to close quarter manoeuvring. And you'll notice most of the windows here, they actually do have the capabilities of opening. So again, you've got communication as well as fresh air. Huckins has got a legacy when it comes to building capable offshore sports fishing yachts, and this one's no different. Whenever you get to the aft cockpit, there is a ton of space back here. You'll be able to spend many hours landing that big catch. We've got removable seats, or you can even just move these to one side. Underneath is where you're going to find the engine compartment, which we'll show you later on. At the transom, we do have that transom door, making it easier not only to land big fish, but also if you're into swimming and diving, there is a bathing platform and boarding ladder out here too. And I love that this one's got such a spacious flybridge. It's all got the bimini enclosure, so there's plenty of shade and protection. And with this yacht, you actually have direct access from the owner's stateroom that leads out to the aft cockpit. So imagine waking up first thing in the morning at anchor and you get to watch the sunrise, or in the evening as you get to watch the sunset. And this yacht's got 3 cabins, starting off with the owner's aft cabin. This has got split berths. You've got a queen size berth and a full size berth back here. I was really impressed with the amount of storage options you have back here. Well, there's different lockers, drawers, there's even drawers underneath the bed itself. You get large opening portholes, so again you're going to have extra light and extra ventilation. And you'll notice throughout the yacht all the carpet's been removed, and this has been replaced with waterproof wood flooring. And I think that suits the character of this yacht just spot on compared to the carpet. And I also like the fact that most of the storage options you have on board throughout the entire yacht, they've all got some sort of mesh screen or louver effect, and that way you get circulated air going through here and you don't have that mouldy damp smell that you sometimes have, especially on older boats. Plenty of hanging locker space. You might also want to keep some wet weather gear in here since you're right next to that aft cockpit. And then being that this is the owner's stateroom, this one's fully en suite. This has got a tremendous amount of headroom in here. I'm 6'2" and I had no issues at all. Plenty of storage lockers and drawers for your toiletries and personal belongings. And I always prefer it when it's got a separate toilet and shower compartment. There's plenty of room to actually use and enjoy this shower when on board. And as we make our way forward, there's a main centerline passageway. As we head forward, you'll see that on the port side, that's when you find the next guest cabin. This one has got 2 separate berths. And for a guest cabin, I was impressed with how much storage this one has as well. Again, you've got that full hanging locker space, and this does have more ventilation options. There's different drawers between the two beds, and there's also storage underneath the beds itself. You got more portholes, although you do see the curtains are closed, but there's portholes behind here. Again, extra light and ventilation. And this hanging locker space, the owners are currently used for storage. And opposite this cabin is where you're going to find the guest heads compartment. And just like with the previous heads compartment, this one's got great headroom, tremendous amount of storage space. It's got a separate toilet and shower. And the shower compartment itself, it's even got like a little ledge built into the side that you can easily use as a seat if you needed to. And then moving further forward, next up is a door that every time I go in one of these, I always know I'm on a Huckins, because I can't think of any other boat that has it so well laid out like this. But in here you've got all your AC and DC controls. All the wiring is so detailed to the way that it's labelled. This is in a central location, so it's easily accessible. And this has been upgraded over the years. As I'll show you later on, there's a 16.5 kilowatt Kohler generator that's just recently been installed. Both the helm stations have recently been completely rewired. And of course, this yacht's got full air conditioning throughout. And then moving forward down the passageway, underneath the steps is where you're going to find all the batteries on board. And I liked how accessible this was, should you ever need to replace or upgrade them at a later date. And then as we make our way into the lower saloon, for those that's looking at using this as liveaboard use or looking to do extended cruising, I love the visibility that's in here. There's so much natural light, you're never going to feel claustrophobic in here. You've got a very comfortable L-shaped settee seating area. Not only do you have plenty of lights, but you've also got plenty of storage. And on the port side where you're going to find the galley, you've got like a kind of breakfast bar area in front of it. Notice also the Fusion stereo controls. There's a pan round aft. Notice all the documentation that comes with this one. All the service records, previous surveys. Those different layout drawings and charts and diagrams for the yacht. So much history has been documented and passed on to the next owner. And it's just a few short steps down that takes you into the galley. You've got the dining area to starboard, the galley to port. You've got a deep stainless steel sink. You've got an electric stovetop up top. And then down below you've got a new Breville oven. You've got plenty of storage compartments, lockers and drawers. You've got good countertop space. And then also this one's got a more recent upgraded fridge freezer. I always think a good fridge freezer is something that's often overlooked when it comes to those that's looking to spending time on board. And then to starboard is the dining area. You're probably going to seat 4 adults here in comfort, but this table can actually be dropped down and converted into an extra berth if required. And again, keeping that theme going of extra storage, there's even drawers underneath the seats too. And I like the fact this one's got a general arrangement layout drawing mounted up on the wall. But obviously Huckins has got all the different drawings available that should you have any conversions or upgrades in mind, they'd be more than willing to help you out. And then on the bow is what was traditionally always the crew cabin. And in here you're going to find basically bunk beds, but the owners are currently using this for storage. And this cabin is fully en suite. To starboard is where you're going to find the toilet and the sink. And then to port, behind the door, is where you're going to find the separate shower compartment. And again, this cabin and also the heads compartment has got opening hatches and portholes for ventilation and plenty of storage to keep your crew fully stocked up with any essentials they need on board. And then as we make our way back through past the galley and the lower saloon, I'll take you a couple of steps up and that takes you to the main pilot house. And I love the layout of this one. This one can be fully enclosed. It's got fixed windows and doors. And that way you can keep either the air conditioning or the heat running, but most of the doors and windows are able to open, so that way you get plenty of fresh air if you prefer. And at the helm you'll notice we've got upgraded electronics. This one does have bow and stern thruster, obviously got the full engine instrumentation. It's got autopilot, it's got the GPS, chart plotter, radar. And as much as I appreciate a good flybridge, I love the fact that this one's got such great 360-degree visibility. There's plenty of confidence for taking this one in and out the marina from the lower helm if you preferred. I also like the fact that there's seating for more than one at the helm. I always picture it as husband and wife cruising. And that way you get to be right next to each other rather than having separate sections. In the area behind the helm, this was actually originally plumbed in, that this is supposed to be able to take a washer and a dryer. That's actually been removed and currently used for storage, but you do have that option if you ever wanted to reinstall it. And this makes a great area for plotting your next course with your traditional paper charts. Not only do you have plenty of countertop space here for laying it all out, but it's also right next to the helm. And you can see that there's evidence of this one having spent some considerable time cruising the eastern seaboard, especially throughout the Florida and coastal waterway. Then if I lift the top up around this section here, you'll see that this one's actually got a wet bar. You'll see below that this one's got an extra drawer for storage, and then you've got the life jackets underneath. You could also keep a good cooler in this area as well, and that way you've got all your drinks and refreshments close at hand for your guests. It's available right here behind the helm. There's some very comfortable seating back here. You've got the cockpit table in the middle, and I can't help but wonder, of a boat of this age and design, you just wonder who the guests have all been throughout the years. Every one of them has been lucky to spend time on board. And if we go back out to the aft cockpit, I love the fact that with Huckins the engines are so accessible. You can lift the centre hatch up and you get easy access for your day-to-day maintenance. This is where that brand new generator is. But if you need to do major maintenance or upgrades or replacements, it's easy enough to do so. And here we have a year 2000 Caterpillar 3208. It's approximately 1900 hours on the clock, roughly 435 horsepower each, and a cruising speed of around 20 knots. And these engines have got V-drive configurations and are coupled to 3-blade bronze props. And being Caterpillar, it's always going to be easy to get spares, as well as get a hold of mechanical engineers to help service and troubleshoot any issues that you have later on. And I'd like to thank Huckins again for the opportunity to come on board and share this one with you. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you haven't done so already, can you leave a comment down below? Hit that like and subscribe button, it really does make a difference. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks everyone.